In this video, we're going to talk clutch. All right. In this video, we're going to talk clutch for those of you out there that have the 7-speed manual transmission, which, if you didn't know, that's what I have in Bronkbuster. We went out early on. Of course, we were doing some experimenting very early on with putting 40-inch tires. We were the first ones in the country to put 40-inch tires on a Bronco. And of course, we saw failures with the steering. That's where we came up with our solutions there. But in that testing, we got to 1,500 miles on Bronkbuster and the clutch was toast, smoked. And that was about a year ago, right between King of the Hammers and United by Bronco, and there was no clutch available in the country. So we call up our friends at South Bend Clutch. My brother is a big time diesel mechanic that he's shopped with them and bought products from them for years. Absolutely love their products. We call them up and they transfer us to one of the main guys there. And the funny thing is that immediately they said, wait a minute, you have a clutch off of a manual transmission Bronco? Because today we got our first Flywheel in, but we can't get our hands on the clutch itself because that's something we want to start developing. So it was a match. Perfect match at the time. We decided let's work together with South Bend and come up with a clutch. So immediately we pulled the clutch out, we shipped it off to them, and they put a new, they just resurfaced the material because it was completely toasted. We left the dual mass flywheel in there and just kept going while they started developing the
dual mass versus a single mass flywheel and do a quick side-by-side comparison. You can see one single mass here. This dual mass, if you watch, you can see that moving, rotating. It's actually nice for drivers in the car that are not used to shifting very well or not very good with the clutch. It actually will allow that to slip a little bit while making contact. In our scenario with great big tires and doing what we're doing, we don't want any slip.
What happens with slip? Why don't we want slip?
A lot of slip is heat. Heat will make this start happening. This right here is already upgraded by South Bend. We sent them our old one that was like nothing left of it, destroyed. Yeah. They went ahead and they repacked this. This is the ceramic side, and that goes on your pressure plate side. And this is what it looks like just after 300-400 miles of hard rock crawling. It's still slipping like crazy.
Oh yeah, oh you smell it everywhere.
This is a much more solid, more rigid plate. This has just a few more moving parts in this. That's what's called a self-adjusting clutch. So basically your pedal, as you wear through this, your pedal stays the same. Back in the days, people will be familiar with the more wear on this, the further the clutch, I believe, goes to the floor to engage that or disengage the clutch.
That's why when your clutch is gone, it's like, man, you're on the
floor
almost.
So, Luke Clutch, they come up with the self-adjusting. They did. I mean, really, it's pretty good for most drivers for just a daily driver vehicle. And these fingers are, you see, much smaller than this. And this going back more, this is a pretty built clutch material, what they use for their race applications. So we're going to put it to the test.
And with this is a simple flywheel. It's lighter weight, which with that lighter weight, we get a better throttle response, and with more throttle response, we get a little more horsepower. Now, I can't tell you exactly how much. I did notice a difference. The clutch is engaging. This here is a combination. This is what they call the stage 2 clutch. So it has still some synthetic material, and it's got ceramic material on the other side. So this would be kind of the in-between. We also, on Broncobuster, I have the ceramic on both sides, so it's a full ceramic clutch. But we have kind of went and experimented with all of them as we developed that with South Bend. And I kind of made a prediction, because we saw probably the first failed clutch in the country, and we were only at 1,500 miles. We knew that was probably a little extreme. We weren't going to see very many there. But I'm starting to get a lot of calls, and not a lot of people understand or know that there is a clutch available out there. So I really want to get the word out so you guys don't have to sit there and wait for the eternal back order of Ford to get you a replacement clutch that's just going to do the same thing again. If you want to rock crawl in your Bronco, I recommend the South Bend clutch. Look up some details, and more importantly, this coming week on our live stream, we're going to have Mansell from South Bend Clutch on our live stream with us to talk about clutches. And as always, this has been Broncobuster tested and approved. So if you know it's been Broncobuster tested, it's got to be good for you. And don't forget, smash that like and subscribe button, because that's how we get this content pushed out to you. And click the notify button. That will notify you when we drop more videos. Again, thanks for coming along with us, and hope you enjoyed this video.